I would start by giving a bit of context. So in September 2024, the CNIL came up with a new set of recommendations, this time regarding the compliance of mobile applications. That's a very thorough document. It's 98 pages long, probably like the biggest set of recommendations so far. And it can feel like a bit overwhelming when reading it or going through it. But the reality is like it's very, very simple. It's just giving like every actor in the mobile space some recommendation to actually make sure that compliance can be achieved thoroughly. And that goes from like the developers to the SDK providers, the publishers of applications, of course, but also the OS and the marketplaces where you can actually install apps. What the CNIL is basically saying is when you're an app publisher, you need to make sure that you understand like all the parties, third parties that are going to be involved in the collection of data and access to the device. And so it's really what happened in the desktop space a few years back. Now it's happening on mobile, it's a bit more complex. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, but be careful. The CNIL is going to start auditing in March 2025, and they're going to make sure that whatever is in the recommendations is actually taken into account by companies operating in the space. And if you're not based in France, like you can also get access to the set of recommendations, just to the guidelines, to sort of start working on your compliance, because there's no reasons why the French Data Protection Authority would be the only data protection authority to get interested in that space. And so I think the sooner you start working on like the compliance of your applications, the better. So it's not for just French companies. It applies to all companies all publishers providing an app to French customers or French users. So even if you're not like based in France, if you're offering an application in France, you should make sure that your application is actually going to comply with the guidelines from the CNIL.